The alien commander despises humanity and must repent and beg for cooperation. A shadow loomed over Earth, silent and vast, its menace cloaked in starlight. Commander Zora of the Solaris Empire prepared to claim a world deemed defenseless, unaware of the storm awaiting her. Zora stood on the bridge of the Dawnbreaker, her angular face framed by short silver hair, pale skin gleaming under the ship's cold lights. As commander of the Solaris Empire's Third Fleet, her sharp mind and unyielding discipline had conquered worlds. Clad in a sleek black uniform, insignia glinting, she exuded authority. Her violet eyes scanned the tactical display. Earth, a blue-green orb, spun below, ripe for conquest. The Solaris Empire, spanning 47 star systems, had cataloged this planet as primitive, its 8 billion inhabitants ignorant of the galaxy's powers. Zora's fleet, 12,000 warships strong, bristled with plasma lances and antimatter torpedoes. Victory seemed certain. "Deploy reconnaissance drones," Zora commanded. Her voice cut through the hum of the bridge. 500 drones, sleek and insect-like, surged from the Dawnbreaker's bays. They streaked toward Earth, mapping cities, rivers, and mountains. Data streamed back. No orbital defenses, no space military. Zora's lips twitched. An easy conquest. She turned to her officers, their bioengineered faces expressionless. "We subdue this planet in 72 hours. Speed and force, no delays." The bridge buzzed with activity. Officers relayed orders. Screens flickered with tactical grids. The Dawnbreaker's hull thrummed as it held position in Earth's orbit, a predator poised to strike. Zora studied the planet's surface, its sprawling cities glowing in the dark. She imagined their infrastructure crumbling under her assault. The Solaris Empire demanded resources, and Earth's oceans and forests promised wealth. Her 10,000-strong invasion force, housed in troop carriers, awaited her signal. "Begin ground assault," Zora said. Dropships roared from the fleet, carrying soldiers to key cities: New York, Beijing, Lacus. Each craft, armored and swift, carried squads of bioengineered troops, their reflexes honed for war. Zora watched the descent on her display, expecting speedy capitulation. Earth's response came quickly, but it was chaos. Missiles, outdated and crude, arced from the surface. They struck Solaris shields, sparking harmlessly. Zora scoffed. "Pathetic." The first dropships landed, disgorging troops into urban sprawls. Skyscrapers loomed like silent sentinels. Zora's soldiers moved with precision, plasma rifles glowing, targeting power grids and communication hubs. She monitored their progress, expecting resistance to collapse. But the streets erupted. Human fighters clad in mismatched gear struck from alleys and rooftops. Improvised explosives detonated, scattering Solaris squads. Zora's display flashed, 50 soldiers down in minutes. She leaned forward, frowning. "What is this?" Her officers exchanged glances. The humans fought with ferocity, using guerrilla tactics Zora hadn't anticipated. Snipers pinned down her troops. Molotov cocktails flared against armored vehicles. She slammed a fist on the console. "Deploy combat drones, now!" 50 autonomous drones, each armed with laser arrays, swooped into the fray. Their beams cut through concrete, targeting human holdouts. Zora watched the carnage, her confidence wavering. Earth's lack of space defenses had misled her. These humans were not helpless. Her display pinged. A covert facility in Siberia, missed by initial scans, was emitting strange energy signatures. Zora's eyes narrowed. "Analyze that signal," she ordered. The bridge fell silent, save for the hum of machinery. Analysts worked frantically, pulling data from the drones. The Siberian facility was no ordinary outpost. Its emissions suggested advanced technology, possibly biological. Zora's mind raced. Had the Empire underestimated Earth? Her troops reported heavier resistance, ambushes tightening like a noose. She gripped the console, her knuckles pale. "Prepare for escalation," she said. On Earth, General Elena Voss emerged from a bunker, her dark hair tied back, her green eyes sharp with resolve. As the leader of Earth's resistance, she coordinated strikes from a hidden command center. Her gray fatigues bore no rank, but her presence commanded loyalty. She studied a cracked tablet, tracking Solaris's movements. "They think we're weak," she muttered. "Let's show them." Elena's teams, scattered across continents, struck with precision. In New York, a subway tunnel collapsed, trapping a Solaris squad. In Beijing, hackers disrupted enemy communications. Elena's radio crackled. "Siberian team, report!" A voice answered, tense. "Project Helix is active. We're ready." Elena nodded, her jaw set. The facility in Siberia held Earth's secret weapon, a project 20 years in the making. She didn't know if it would work, but it was their only hope. Zora's drones relayed images of burning streets. Her soldiers, trained for dominance, faltered against human tenacity. A lieutenant approached, his face grim. "Commander, we've lost 200 more troops. Humans are using unconventional tactics." Zora's eyes flicked to the display. Red markers showed her losses climbing. She cursed under her breath. "Target their leadership. Find their command structure." The drones swept low, scanning for signals. Zora's flagship adjusted its orbit, weapons primed. She ordered a test bombardment, plasma lances firing into a deserted plain. The beams scattered in Earth's atmosphere. Ineffective. Zora's frustration grew. "Recalibrate for surface strikes," she snapped. Her officers hesitated, sensing her unease. The planet below was no mere prize. It was a trap. Elena's command center buzzed with activity. Technicians monitored Project Helix, its bioreactors humming. The general paced, her boots echoing on concrete. A scout burst in, breathless. "They've landed in Asia. Heavy casualties." Elena's eyes hardened. "Activate the EMP cannons. Hit their drones." Her team scrambled, powering up prototype weapons hidden in bunkers. The cannons, cobbled together from salvaged tech, were untested. Elena clenched her fists. "Fire!" A pulse ripped through the air, invisible but devastating. 20% of Zora's drone fleet went dark, crashing into city streets. Zora's display erupted in alerts. "What was that?" she demanded. Her analysts scrambled, tracing the energy surge. "Electromagnetic pulse, Commander. Source unknown." Zora's mind churned. Earth had secrets. She needed answers. The Siberian facility glowed on her screen, its signal stronger. Zora's instincts screamed caution, but the Empire demanded results. She dispatched a strike team, 500 elite soldiers, to destroy the facility. "End this resistance," she ordered. Her voice masked a flicker of doubt. Earth was fighting back, and she wasn't prepared. Elena watched her tablet, tracking the enemy's movements. Solaris troops were converging on Siberia. She radioed her team. "Hold the facility, at all costs." The response was firm. "Understood, General." Elena turned to her second-in-command, a young engineer. "If Helix fails, we lose everything." The engineer nodded, sweat beading on his brow. The facility's bioreactors were their last hope. Zora stood alone on the bridge, staring at Earth. Her fleet loomed above, unstoppable, yet the planet defied her. The silence was heavy, her officers awaiting orders. She clenched her jaw. "Proceed with the assault. Full force." The Dawnbreaker's engines roared, signaling the next phase. Zora didn't know it, but she was walking into humanity's trap. Zora's boots echoed on the Dawnbreaker's bridge, her violet eyes fixed on the tactical display. Red markers blinked out, each a fallen soldier. 300 dead in 12 hours. She gripped the console, her silver hair catching the dim light. Earth's resistance was fiercer than any world she'd conquered. Her 10,000 troops, bioengineered for war, were bogged down in urban mazes. Humans fought like cornered beasts, striking from shadows. Zora's jaw tightened. "Status report," she barked. An officer, his face pale, relayed the losses. "Improvised explosives, snipers, ambushes. They're coordinated." Zora's mind raced. The Solaris Empire scans had missed this. Earth's cities, sprawling and dense, became death traps. Skyscrapers hid sharpshooters. Alleys concealed bombs. She slammed a fist down. "Deploy 50 combat drones. Laser arrays. Clear those streets." The drones launched, their sleek forms cutting through Earth's atmosphere. Each carried precision lasers, slicing through concrete and steel. Zora watched the feed, expecting swift results. In New York, a drone vaporized a barricade, scattering human fighters. In Lagos, another pinned down a resistance cell. But the humans adapted. A low hum pulsed through the feed, and 10 drones went dark, crashing in flames. Zora's eyes widened. "What hit them?" "Electromagnetic pulse, Commander," an analyst reported. "Source traced to multiple surface points." Zora's pulse quickened. EMP cannons. Earth had hidden tech. She leaned closer to the display, where the Siberian facility signal pulsed stronger. "Focus scans on that site," she ordered. The data suggested biological weapons, not just EMPs. Her certainty wavered. Earth was no primitive backwater. On the ground, General Elena Voss crouched in her command bunker, her green eyes scanning a cracked tablet. Her gray fatigues clung to her lean frame, damp with sweat. She coordinated resistance groups worldwide, her voice steady over the radio. "Hit their drones, now!" Her teams, scattered across continents, unleashed EMP cannons. The pulses rippled, disabling 20% of Zora's drone fleet in a single strike. Sparks lit up city skylines as drones plummeted. Elena's bunker, buried under concrete, thrummed with activity. Technicians monitored Project Helix, its bioreactors glowing faintly. A scout burst in, his face smudged with ash. "Solaris troops are advancing. They're targeting infrastructure." Elena nodded, her jaw set. "Keep them scattered. Guerrilla tactics." Her team struck hard, using Molotov cocktails and rigged explosives. In Beijing, a Solaris squad vanished in a collapsing tunnel. In Mumbai, snipers took out 50 enemy soldiers. Zora's display flashed, 300 more troops lost. She cursed, her composure cracking. "Prepare orbital bombardment," she ordered. The Dawnbreaker's plasma lances charged, targeting a coastal city. The beams fired, brilliant streaks of light, but Earth's atmosphere scattered them, reducing their impact to harmless flares. Zora stared, incredulous. "Recalibrate," she snapped. Her officers scrambled, but the failure stung. Earth's defiance was relentless. In the bunker, Elena's radio crackled. A captured Solaris scout, bound and bruised, sat before her. His bioengineered frame, muscular and pale, marked him as alien. "Speak," Elena said. The scout, voice low, revealed the Empire's secret. Their soldiers were bioengineered, with enhanced reflexes, but a hidden flaw. "They're vulnerable to viral agents," he said. Elena's eyes gleamed. Project Helix could exploit that. She turned to her lead scientist. "Is the biovirus ready?" The scientist, a wiry man with glasses, nodded. "It's derived from extremophil microbes, rewrites alien DNA." Elena's pulse raced. Project Helix was Earth's gamble, a weapon to turn enemies into allies. She ordered aerosol drones prepped, loaded with the biovirus. "Target their landing zones. North America, Asia." The drones lifted off, silent and swift, carrying their invisible payload. Zora's analysts detected anomalies and captured human weapons. "Biological signatures, Commander," one reported. "Unknown origin." Zora's gut twisted. The Siberian facility's signal screamed urgency. She ordered a tactical retreat, pulling back 60% of her 8,000 ground troops. Analyze that biovirus, she said. Her flagship's labs hummed, dissecting samples. The results were alarming. The virus could alter Solaris's biology, inducing docility. Zora's mind reeled. Humans had outmaneuvered her. On Earth, the biovirus struck. Aerosol drones released clouds over Solaris landing zones. Infected troops faltered, their aggression fading. Some dropped their weapons, joining human ranks. A Solaris lieutenant, now allied, shared tactical data. Weak points in their armor, gaps in their formations. Elena's forces capitalized, striking with EMPs and stolen plasma rifles. The tide shifted, cities burning less brightly as humans gained ground. Zora's second-in-command, Ethan, stormed onto the bridge. His tall frame, clad in black armor, radiated fury. "We must crush them now," he urged. "Full assault. No retreat." His dark eyes bored into Zora, loyal to the Empire's doctrine of annihilation. Zora hesitated. The humans' ingenuity intrigued her. Their biovirus was no crude weapon. It was a masterpiece. She paced, her boots clicking. Destroy Earth or learn from it? The Empire demanded obedience, but doubt crept in. The bridge fell silent, her officers watching. Zora's display showed human counterattacks intensifying. Guerrilla strikes crippled her supply lines. EMPs knocked out another 10 drones. She clenched her fists. "Hold position," she said, voice low. Ethan's face darkened, but he obeyed. Zora stared at Earth, its cities glowing defiantly. The Siberian facility loomed in her mind, a puzzle she couldn't ignore. Elena's bunker buzzed with hope. The biovirus was working. Converted Solaris troops fought alongside humans, their strength bolstering the resistance. Elena studied her tablet, tracking enemy movements. Solaris forces were retreating, regrouping. She radioed her teams. "Press the attack, don't let them breathe." Her fighters surged, striking with ruthless precision. A skyscraper toppled in Lagos, bearing a Solaris outpost. The air crackled with defiance. Zora stood alone, staring at the blue planet. Her fleet, once invincible, faced an enemy that refused to break. The biovirus changed everything. Her soldiers, loyal to the Empire, were becoming human allies. She gripped the console, her mind torn. The Empire's orders were clear: conquer or destroy. But Earth's resilience whispered another path. The silence on the bridge was heavy, broken only by the ping of new alerts. Zora's eyes flicked to the display. The Siberian facility pulsed, a beacon of human defiance. She made her choice. "Prepare a strike team," she said. "We end this at the source." Zora's violet eyes burned into the tactical display, her silver hair catching the Dawnbreaker's sterile light. Alerts flashed, biological signatures in captured human weapons. Her analysts confirmed the anomaly, their voices tense. "It's a biovirus, Commander. It rewrites our soldiers' DNA." Zora's pulse quickened. The Siberian facility's signal pulsed like a heartbeat, mocking her. Earth's defiance wasn't just tactics, it was science. She paced the bridge, her black uniform taut against her frame. "Scan for production sites," she ordered. The flagship's sensors swept Earth, revealing 15 hidden facilities churning out the biovirus. Zora's jaw clenched. This was no primitive world. On the ground, Solaris troops faltered. 8,000 soldiers, bioengineered for war, stumbled into North American and Asian cities. Their eyes glazed, aggression fading. Some dropped plasma rifles, kneeling beside human fighters. Others relayed Solaris tactics, betraying their own. Zora's display showed 1,200 troops affected, their loyalty shifting. She slammed a fist on the console. "Pull back 60% of our ground forces, now." Dropships roared, retrieving 4,800 soldiers. Zora needed answers before the biovirus spread further. In her Siberian bunker, General Elena Voss watched her tablet, green eyes sharp. Her gray fatigues were streaked with dirt, her dark hair pulled tight. Aerosol drones, sleek and silent, dispersed the biovirus over Solaris landing zones. Reports flooded in. Enemy troops turning, joining human ranks. A converted Solaris soldier, his pale skin glistening, stood before her. "Their armor has weak joints at the shoulders," he said, voice low. Elena nodded, radioing her teams. "Target their armor. Spread the virus." Her fighters struck, using stolen plasma rifles to exploit the flaw. Zora's analysts worked frantically, dissecting biovirus samples. The results stunned her. Derived from Earth's extremophile microbes, thriving in volcanic vents and Arctic ice, the virus rewrote alien DNA to induce docility. It was elegant, precise, unlike anything in the Solaris Empire's arsenal. Zora's mind churned. The Empire spanned 47 star systems, yet Earth's microbial diversity outmatched them. She ordered her labs to develop a counter-agent, but time was short. Her troops were defecting faster than she could recall them. Ethan, her second-in-command, stormed onto the bridge. His black armor gleamed, his dark eyes blazing. "We must annihilate them, Commander. Full assault. No delays." His voice was a growl, loyal to the Empire's creed of conquest. Zora turned, her gaze cold. "We retreat and analyze. Rushing in risks more losses." Ethan's fist clenched, but he stepped back. Zora's doubt grew. The Empire demanded Earth's destruction, but its ingenuity fascinated her. Could she crush a world that fought so fiercely? Elena's command center hummed, technicians monitoring bioreactors. The biovirus, Project Helix's core, was Earth's gamble. 20 years of secret research had crafted it, using microbes no alien could match. Elena paced, her boots echoing. A scout reported, breathless. "Solaris is retreating. They're pulling back to orbit." Elena's lips twitched. "Keep the pressure on. Deploy more drones." Her teams launched another wave, targeting Solaris's strongholds. In Shanghai, a cloud of biovirus enveloped a battalion, converting 300 soldiers in minutes. They turned, fighting for Earth. Zora's display showed chaos. Her ground forces, now 3,200 strong, struggled to hold positions. Converted troops relayed their own strategies to the humans. She cursed, her composure fraying. "Focus the retreat on defensible zones," she ordered. Drop ships landed in rural areas, forming perimeters. But the biovirus followed, carried by human drones. Zora's flagship scanned relentlessly, mapping the 15 facilities. Each was fortified, hidden in mountains or deserts. Destroying them would take precision strikes, risking more losses. In the bunker, Elena's tablet pinged. A global network of resistance cells reported success. In Cairo, converted Solaris troops sabotaged their own supply lines. In Sydney, humans used gravitic grenades, stolen from a Solaris cache, to collapse an enemy outpost. Elena radioed her Siberian team. "How's Helix holding?" The lead scientist's voice crackled. "Stable. We can increase output by 20%. Elena nodded. "Do it. We need every advantage." Her fighters pressed forward, their numbers swelling with defectors. Earth's cities burned, but hope flickered. Zora stood alone, staring at Earth's glowing surface. Her fleet, 12,000 ships strong, loomed in orbit, yet she felt cornered. The biovirus was a game changer, turning her soldiers into enemies. Ethan's words echoed, "Crush them now." But Zora hesitated. Earth's resilience challenged her. The Empire taught her to conquer, not question. Yet the humans' ingenuity, their ability to turn their own forces against her, sparked something new. Admiration. She shook her head, dismissing it. "Prepare a report for the Empire," she said. "Detail the biovirus threat." The bridge fell silent, her officers obeying. Zora's mind wrestled with her orders. Destroy Earth, or explore its potential. The Siberian facility loomed large, its bioreactors a symbol of human defiance. She gripped the console, her knuckles pale. Ethan watched her, his silence heavy with judgment. Zora's eyes flicked to the display. Another 200 troops converted. She couldn't ignore the truth. Earth was rewriting the rules of war. Elena's bunker vibrated as an explosion rocked the surface. Solaris troops were probing Siberia, testing defenses. She radioed her team. Hold the facility, reinforced with defectors. Yakunor, the converted Solaris soldiers, now loyal to Earth, moved with terrifying efficiency. Their plasma rifles tore through enemy lines, protecting Helix. Elena's heart raced. The biovirus was their edge, but Solaris was relentless. She studied her tablet, tracking Zora's fleet. The Dawnbreaker hung in orbit, a predator waiting to strike. Zora's doubt deepened. Her display showed human counterattacks intensifying. Cities flared with EMP bursts, disabling her drones. Converted troops sabotaged her supply lines, their knowledge of Solaris tactics devastating. She paced, her boots clicking. The Empire's doctrine was clear, no mercy, but Earth's biovirus offered another path, alliance, not annihilation. She stopped, staring at the blue planet. "Prepare a strike plan for the Siberian facility," she said, voice low, "but hold until my order." The bridge hummed with tension. Ethan's eyes narrowed, sensing her hesitation. Zora ignored him, her mind racing. Earth was a puzzle, its pieces shifting. The biovirus wasn't just a weapon, it was a bridge. She stood still, the weight of her choice pressing down. Destroy or understand. The silence was deafening, broken only by the ping of another defection alert. Zora's hand hovered over the console, her decision unmade. Zora's violet eyes locked onto the Dawnbreaker's tactical display, her silver hair glinting under the bridge's cold lights. The biovirus was spreading. 1-800 Solaris troops were now fighting for Earth. Her fleet, still 12,000 strong, loomed in orbit, but doubt gnawed at her. The Siberian facility pulsed on her screen, a threat she couldn't ignore. "Deploy 2,000 elite shock troops," she ordered, voice sharp. "Destroy that facility." Drop ships roared from the fleet, carrying soldiers armed with plasma lances and gravitic shields. Zora gripped the console, her black uniform taut. This strike would end Earth's defiance. On the ground, General Elena Voss stood in her Siberian bunker, green eyes scanning her tablet. Her gray fatigues were smudged with ash, her dark hair tied back. Reports flooded in. Solaris troops converging on Siberia. She radioed her team. "Activate Helix-enhanced soldiers. Hold the line." Human fighters injected with biovirus-derived enhancements matched Solaris' speed and strength. Their muscles, now laced with alien DNA, moved with unnatural precision. Elena's forces, 1,500 strong, dug in around the facility, bunkers bristling with EMP cannons and stolen plasma rifles. The Siberian battle erupted. Solaris shock troops landed, their armor gleaming under snow-laden skies. Plasma bolts scorched the tundra, melting ice into steam. Human defenders countered, biovirus-enhanced soldiers weaving through cover, their rifles cracking with deadly accuracy. Explosions tore through the facility's outer defenses, 700 casualties piling up in hours. Zora watched the feed, her jaw tight. "Push harder," she ordered. Her troops advanced, gravitic shields deflecting human fire. But the enhanced humans fought like demons, fearless and fast. Elena's tablet pinged. Solaris was gaining ground. She barked orders, her voice steady. "Deploy the ion cannon." Hidden in a nearby mountain, Earth's prototype weapon hummed to life. Its barrel, cobbled from salvage tech, glowed blue. A beam lanced into orbit, piercing the shields of 2 Solaris frigates. The ships erupted, debris raining into the atmosphere. Zora's display flashed red. Reposition the fleet, she snapped, 100,000 kilometers out. The Dawnbreaker pulled back, her fleet scattering to avoid the cannon's range. Zora's pulse raced. Earth's tech was no longer a surprise. It was a threat. Elena seized the moment. She broadcast a global message, her voice crackling over every radio. People of Earth, rise. Fight for our home. 3 million volunteers surged to join the resistance, arming themselves with makeshift weapons and stolen Solaris gear. Cities flared with defiance, guerrilla strikes doubling in ferocity. In Tokyo, a Solaris outpost fell to a mob wielding gravitic grenades. Elena's bunker buzzed, her team coordinating the global uprising. Keep the biovirus flowing, she said. Convert their troops. Zora's analysts reported grim news. The biovirus could integrate alien and human biology, creating hybrid allies. Converted Solaris soldiers fought with terrifying loyalty, their knowledge of Empire tactics devastating. Zora's display showed 500 more defections, her ground forces crumbling. She cursed, her composure fraying. Target their command structure, she ordered. Drones swept Earth, hunting for Elena's bunker, but human hackers jammed their signals, turning the drones against each other. Zora slammed her fist on the console. Earth was outsmarting her. Ethan, her second in command, saw his chance. His black armor gleamed as he defied Zora's orders, launching an unauthorized strike. 500 rogue troops hit a human stronghold in Asia, plasma lances carving through defenses. Zora's display erupted with alerts. "Ethan, stand down!" she barked over the comm. He ignored her, his voice cold. The Empire demands victory. His strike force razed a city block, killing 200 resistance fighters. Zora's eyes narrowed. Betrayal stung deeper than Earth's resistance. She dispatched a loyal unit to intercept him, her mind torn. Elena's forces struck back, capturing a Solaris weapons cache in the chaos. Plasma rifles and gravitic grenades filled their arsenals, leveling the battlefield. In Siberia, biovirus-enhanced soldiers pushed back Zora's shock troops, their hybrid strength overwhelming. The facility stood, its bioreactors humming. Elena paced, her boots echoing. "Reinforce Siberia," she radioed. "We can't lose Helix." Her teams redirected converted Solaris troops, their alien precision bolstering defenses. The battle's tide shifted, human and hybrid fighters holding the line. Zora's bridge was silent, her officers tense. Ethan's rogue strike had cost her 300 troops, his betrayal fracturing her command. She stared at Earth, its cities glowing defiantly. The biovirus wasn't just a weapon, it was a revolution. Her scans confirmed 15 facilities still producing it, each a fortress of human ingenuity. She paced, her boots clicking. The Empire's doctrine screamed for annihilation, but Earth's resilience whispered alliance. Ethan's actions forced her hand. "Intercept his force," she ordered. "Bring him to me." The Dawnbreaker's engines thrummed, repositioning to track Ethan's rogue battalion. Zora's loyal troops clashed with his, plasma bolts lighting the Asian steppe. Ethan's forces fought with fanatic zeal, loyal to the Empire's old ways. Zora watched the feed, her heart heavy. She'd trained Ethan, trusted him. Now he was her enemy. Her unit overwhelmed his, capturing 200 survivors. Ethan escaped, vanishing into the chaos. Zora's fists clenched. She'd deal with him later. Elena's tablet showed the Siberian facility holding. Her enhanced soldiers, now 2,000 strong, repelled Solaris troops, their hybrid vigor unmatched. She radioed her global network. "We're winning! Keep pushing!" Resistance cells worldwide struck harder, using stolen tech to cripple Solaris outposts. In Berlin, a gravitic grenade leveled an enemy bunker. Elena's green eyes gleamed. Project Helix was humanity's edge, turning aliens into allies. But Solaris wasn't done. Her tablet pinged. Zora's fleet was regrouping, preparing a new assault. Zora stood alone, staring at Earth's blue glow. Her fleet, battered but vast, awaited her command. Ethan's betrayal and the biovirus's spread fractured her resolve. The Siberian facility loomed, a symbol of Earth's defiance. She could destroy it, end this war. But the humans' ingenuity, their ability to turn their own troops, sparked something new. Curiosity. She gripped the console, her mind racing. Loyalty to the Empire clashed with the potential of alliance. The silence was heavy, broken by a new alert. Human ion cannons charging. Zora's eyes flicked to the display. Time was running out. Zora's boots struck the Dawnbreaker's bridge, her violet eyes blazing with resolve. Ethan's betrayal burned in her mind, his rogue strike a stain on her command. She faced him in the brig, his black armor dented, dark eyes defiant. "You disobeyed me," she said, voice like steel. Ethan sneered. "The Empire demands Earth's end." Zora stripped his rank, confining him to a cell. Her silver hair caught the dim light as she turned away. "You're done." The bridge crew watched in silence, her authority absolute. But Earth's defiance loomed larger than Ethan's treachery. On the ground, General Elena Voss stood in her Siberian bunker, green eyes fixed on her tablet. Her gray fatigues clung to her frame, streaked with sweat. The biovirus was working. 30% of Solaris troops, 2,400 soldiers, now fought for Earth. Converted aliens, their pale skin glistening, wielded plasma rifles alongside humans, their loyalty unshakable. Elena radioed her teams. "Push the virus. Target their landing zones." Aerosol drones buzzed, spreading the biovirus across North America and Europe. Solaris lines crumbled. Defectors swelling human ranks. Zora's display flashed. 9,000 ships remained in her fleet, but sabotage from converted troops crippled operations. Fuel lines ruptured, weapons misfired. She cursed, her composure fraying. The biovirus wasn't just a weapon, it was chaos. Her analysts confirmed Earth's 20-year bioengineering program had crafted it, using microbes from volcanic vents and ocean trenches. Zora's mind reeled. The Solaris Empire, spanning 47 star systems, had no equivalent. Earth's microbial diversity was a weapon she couldn't counter. Elena proposed a truce, her voice crackling over a secure channel. "Meet me, Commander. We can end this." Zora hesitated, her hand hovering over the comm. The Empire demanded conquest, but Earth's ingenuity tempted her. She agreed, landing a shuttle in a neutral zone, a barren Siberian plain, snow swirling under gray skies. Elena stood waiting, her dark hair whipping in the wind, green eyes steady. "Share the biovirus," Elena said. "Join us and we'll stop the war." Zora's jaw tightened. Alliance or annihilation? The meeting was tense, snow crunching under their boots. Elena explained Project Helix, its roots in Earth's extremophiles. "Our planet's life is unique," she said. "It adapts, survives." Zora watched a converted Solaris soldier, his movements fluid, guard Elena. His loyalty was absolute, his alien strength now human-aligned. Zora's doubt deepened. The Empire's doctrine felt hollow against Earth's resilience. "I need proof," she said. Elena nodded, handing her a data chip. "Test it, see the truth." Zora returned to the Dawnbreaker, her mind churning. The chip revealed Helix's secrets. The biovirus rewrote neural pathways, turning enemies into allies without erasing their skills. Her labs confirmed it, their scans showing converted troops fighting with unmatched precision. Zora paced, her boots clicking. The Empire's reinforcement fleet, 5,000 ships, was 48 hours away. She had to choose. Trust Elena or prepare for total war. Her officers watched, tension thick. "Run simulations," she ordered. "Alliance versus conquest." Elena's bunker hummed with activity, technicians scaling up biovirus production. Her tablet showed global resistance growing, 3.5 million volunteers now armed with stolen Solaris weapons. Converted troops trained humans, sharing tactics. In Cairo, a hybrid squad leveled a Solaris outpost with gravitic grenades. Elena's voice rang out over the radio. "Hold every city, we're close." Her green eyes gleamed. The truce with Zora was a gamble, but Helix was winning. She just needed time. Zora's simulations showed grim outcomes. Conquest would cost half her fleet. Alliance could preserve it. Converted troops sabotaged her ships daily, 200 more defecting overnight. She gripped the console, her knuckles pale. The Empire's orders screamed in her mind, "Destroy Earth." But the biovirus offered a new path, cooperation, and strength. She stood still, the bridge silent. "Contact Elena," she said. "Limited ceasefire. We test their alliance." Her officers obeyed, uneasy but loyal. Elena received the message, her lips twitching. "She's listening," she told her team. She proposed a joint operation, a human hybrid force to secure a Solaris supply depot. Zora agreed, dispatching 500 converted troops to join 1,000 humans. The depot, nestled in an Asian valley, bristled with plasma turrets. The joint force struck at dawn, biovirus-enhanced soldiers leading the charge. Plasma bolts lit the valley, turrets falling to EMP bursts. Zora watched the feed, her heart pounding. The alliance worked, humans and hybrids moving as one. The operation succeeded, the depot's resources bolstering Earth's defenses. Zora's display showed the joint forces' efficiency, 0 losses, 200 Solaris guards converted. She stood alone, staring at Earth's glowing surface. The reinforcement fleet was closing in, its shadow looming. Her choice was clear but heavy. Alliance meant defying the Empire, risking everything. She clenched her fists, her violet eyes hard. "Prepare for joint defense," she ordered. "Earth is our ally." Elena's bunker erupted in cheers, her team tracking the operation's success. Converted Solaris troops shared Empire secrets, revealing weak points in the incoming fleet. Elena radioed Zora. "We're ready, Commander. Together." Her voice carried resolve, her green eyes fixed on the future. The biovirus had turned the tide, but the reinforcement fleet was a new threat. She ordered ion cannons charged, their blue glow lighting Siberian peaks. Humanity was no longer prey, it was a predator. Zora's bridge buzzed with activity, her officers coordinating with Earth. The ceasefire held, but tension simmered. Ethan's confinement gnawed at her. His loyalty to the Empire could spark rebellion. She doubled his guards, her mind racing. The biovirus had changed everything, rewriting not just DNA, but the rules of war. Earth's ingenuity outshone the Empire's might. Zora's doubt was gone, replaced by resolve. She'd fight for this planet, not against it. The silence was heavy, broken by an alert. The reinforcement fleet was 24 hours out. Zora's display showed 5,000 ships, their weapons primed. She stood tall, her black uniform crisp. "Signal Elena," she said. "We plan the defense now." The Dawnbreaker's engines thrummed, aligning with Earth's ion cannons. Zora's choice was made, but the cost loomed. The Empire wouldn't forgive her. She stared at Earth, its cities defiant, and felt a spark of pride. Humanity was worth saving. Zora stood on the Dawnbreaker's bridge, her violet eyes scanning the tactical display. Her silver hair glinted under the harsh lights, her black uniform crisp despite the chaos. Earth's blue glow filled the viewport, a planet now her ally. General Elena Voss's voice crackled over the comm. "We're ready, Commander. Joint force assembled." Zora nodded, her jaw set. 10,000 troops, humans and converted Solaris soldiers, prepared to strike a rogue Solaris battalion loyal to Ethan. The battalion, 1,500 strong, had seized a valley in Asia, deploying a quantum disruptor capable of cracking Earth's crust. Zora's pulse quickened. "Move out," she ordered. The joint force struck at dusk, hybrid soldiers leading the charge. Their biovirus-enhanced bodies moved with alien precision, plasma rifles blazing. Humans followed, wielding stolen gravitic grenades and EMP launchers. The valley erupted in fire, Solaris turrets returning plasma bolts. Zora monitored the feed, her hands gripping the console. Elena's voice cut through. "Push the biovirus drones, now!" Sleek drones buzzed, releasing clouds of the virus. Within hours, 80% of the rogue battalion, 200 troops, dropped their weapons, joining the alliance. The disruptor's hum faltered. Zora's tactical mind meshed with human ingenuity. She directed EMP strikes, disabling the battalion's automated defenses. Human engineers rigged gravitic traps, collapsing enemy fortifications. The valley shook, 4,000 casualties piling up in a 6-hour skirmish. Zora's display flashed. An assassin's blade glinted, aimed at her back. She spun, disarming an Ethan loyalist in a blur. Her fist cracked his jaw, sending him sprawling. "Secure the bridge," she barked. Her crew scrambled, locking down the Dawnbreaker. Ethan's influence lingered, a venom in her ranks. Elena, in her Siberian bunker, tracked the battle on her tablet. Her green eyes gleamed, gray fatigue smudged with dirt. "Ion cannon, prepare to fire," she ordered. The prototype weapon hidden in a mountain charged with a low hum. Its beam lanced into orbit, targeting the rogue battalion's command ship. The vessel erupted, a fireball against the stars. Elena's lips twitched. "That's for Earth!" Her teams cheered, hybrid soldiers relaying Solaris's weak points. The valley was theirs. The disruptor silenced. Zora's display showed the victory, but no relief came. The Solaris reinforcement fleet, 5,000 ships, entered the system, their signatures flooding her sensors. She broadcast to her fleet, her voice steady. "Stand down. We fight with Earth." Her officers hesitated, loyalty to the Empire wavering. Converted troops, now 3,000 strong, guarded her ships, their allegiance unshakable. Zora's choice was clear, but the cost loomed. The Empire would brand her a traitor. She stood tall, violet eyes hard. "Prepare for defense." Elena's scientists adapted the biovirus, targeting Solaris ship systems. Neural networks, the backbone of their fleets, were vulnerable. Aerosol drones, retooled for space, carried the virus toward the incoming armada. Elena radioed Zora. "We're hitting their flagship. Be ready." Her bunker buzzed, technicians scaling up production. Hybrid soldiers trained humans. Their plasma rifles now standard issue. Elena paced, her boots echoing. The reinforcement fleet was hours away, its shadow darkening Earth's orbit. Zora coordinated with Elena, their strategies aligning. The Dawnbreaker repositioned, flanked by converted Solaris ships. Earth's ion cannons charged, their blue glow lighting Siberian peaks. Zora's display showed the rogue battalion's remnants surrendering, 200 survivors joining the alliance. She exhaled, a rare pause. The valley battle had proven the alliance's strength, but the real test loomed. Her crew worked in silence, tension thick. Ethan's betrayal had fractured trust, but Earth's resilience anchored her. Elena's tablet pinged. Biovirus drones were in position. She radioed her global network. "All cells, prepare for orbital assault." Resistance groups, now 4 million strong, armed with stolen tech, stood ready. In Berlin, a hybrid squad tested a gravitic cannon, its blast leveling a mock target. Elena's voice rang out. "We hold Earth, no matter the cost." Her green eyes burned with defiance. The biovirus had turned enemies into allies, but the reinforcement fleet was a juggernaut. She needed Zora's fleet to hold. Zora's bridge hummed, her officers plotting trajectories. The reinforcement fleet's vanguard, 1,000 ships, closed in. She directed a feint, drawing them into a kill zone. Earth's ion cannons fired, disabling 300 vessels in a single volley. Biovirus drones struck, infiltrating the flagship systems. Its crew faltered, neural networks failing. Zora watched, her heart pounding. The alliance was working, but the fleet's main body, 4,000 ships, advanced relentlessly. She gripped the console, her mind racing. "Target their command ships," she ordered. The battle raged, space alight with plasma and ion beams. Zora's converted ships flanked the enemy, their knowledge of Solaris tactics devastating. Elena's drones spread the biovirus, converting 500 more crew members. The reinforcement fleet's formation wavered, but its numbers overwhelmed. Zora's display showed her fleet dwindling, 8,500 ships left. She stood still, the weight of her choice crushing. Earth was her ally, but the Empire's might was unrelenting. The silence was heavy, broken by an alert. The flagship's systems were failing. Zora's eyes flicked to the display. The biovirus was spreading. Time was short. The Dawnbreaker's bridge vibrated with the hum of battle. Zora's violet eyes locked on the tactical display. Her silver hair caught the flickering lights as plasma bolts lit up Earth's orbit. The Solaris reinforcement fleet, 5,000 ships strong, bore down on her dwindling armada of 7,000 vessels. General Elena Voss's voice crackled over the comm. "Biovirus payload deployed, Commander. It's hitting their flagship." Zora nodded, her black uniform taut. The alliance with Earth was her gamble, and the stakes were life or death. She gripped the console, barking orders. "Flank their vanguard, pincer maneuver." Human drones, sleek and deadly, streaked toward the Solaris flagship. The biovirus, adapted to target neural networks, infiltrated its systems. Crews faltered, controls failing, as 200 Solaris officers defected mid-battle. Their ship turned, firing on its own fleet. Zora's display flashed. Chaos spread through the enemy ranks. She directed her converted ships, 2,000 strong, to exploit the gap, their plasma lances carving through enemy hulls. Earth's ion cannons roared, their blue beams disabling 200 ships in 20 minutes. Sparks lit the void, debris spiraling into Earth's atmosphere. Elena stood in her Siberian bunker, green eyes scanning her tablet. Her gray fatigues clung to her, streaked with sweat. "Keep the cannons firing," she ordered. Technicians scrambled, charging the mountain-hidden weapons. Her global network, 4.5 million resistance fighters, struck cities below, wielding stolen gravitic grenades and plasma rifles. Hybrid soldiers, their alien strength now Earth's, led assaults, leveling Solaris outposts. Elena radioed Zora. "We've got their flagship. Push now." Her voice carried fire, her resolve unshaken. Zora's pincer maneuver tightened, her fleet and converted ships encircling the enemy's core. The biovirus spread, crippling 60% of the reinforcement fleet, 3,000 ships, within hours. Converted crews relayed Empire tactics, exposing weak points. Zora's heart pounded, her mind sharp. The alliance was winning, but the cost was brutal. Her display showed 1,500 of her ships lost, their wreckage floating in orbit. She stood tall, violet eyes blazing. "Target their command chain," she ordered. Her crew obeyed, plasma lances locking onto enemy flagships. A klaxon blared on the Dawnbreaker. Ethan had escaped confinement, his black armor a shadow in the corridors. Zora's sensors tracked him to the antimatter core, his hands on the controls. "He's going to detonate it," an officer shouted. Zora sprinted, her boots pounding steel. She found Ethan, his dark eyes wild, fingers dancing over the console. "You betrayed the Empire," he snarled. Zora lunged, her fist cracking his jaw. They grappled, her training outmatching his. She pinned him, disarming the core with seconds to spare. "You're the traitor," she hissed, binding him. Elena's tablet pinged. The reinforcement fleet's formation was collapsing. Her ion cannons fired relentlessly, synchronized bursts tearing through Solaris hulls. Hybrid soldiers below reported victories, Solaris strongholds falling in Asia and Europe. The biovirus drones pressed their advantage, converting 800 more crew members. Elena paced, her boots echoing. "We're turning the tide," she radioed Zora. "Finish it." Her green eyes burned, the bunker alive with hope. Earth was no longer prey. It was a predator, clawing its way to victory. Zora returned to the bridge, her uniform scuffed from the fight. Ethan's sabotage had failed, but the battle raged. She broadcast to the reinforcement fleet, her voice cold. Surrender or face total conversion. The Solaris commander, his flagship faltering, hesitated. His fleet, now 2,800 ships, was crippled by the biovirus and ion barrages. Zora's display showed the enemy's resolve breaking. She stood still, the silence heavy. "Offer them parley," she said. Her officers relayed the message, tension thick. The Solaris commander responded, his voice strained. "We'll meet. Neutral zone." Zora nodded, her mind racing. The Empire's might had crumbled against Earth's ingenuity. She coordinated with Elena, setting a meeting in orbit aboard a neutral shuttle. Elena's scientists prepped more biovirus drones, a safeguard. Zora's fleet held position, converted ships guarding the Dawnbreaker. The battle paused, but the cost lingered. 2,000 Alliance ships lost, cities below scarred. Zora's heart was steady, her choice clear. Elena boarded the shuttle, her gray fatigues crisp, dark hair tied back. She stood beside Zora, their alliance forged in fire. The Solaris commander, pale and shaken, faced them. "Your biovirus is unstoppable," he admitted. Elena's green eyes met his. "Join us or lose everything." Zora's violet gaze was unwavering. The commander nodded, defeated. Earth's resilience had shocked him, as it had Zora. The parley began, terms of surrender forming. Elena's tablet buzzed, her global network held strong, ready for peace or war. Zora stood tall, the shuttle's dim lights casting shadows. The biovirus had rewritten the battlefield, turning enemies into allies. Her fleet, battered but resolute, flanked Earth's orbit. Elena's ion cannon stood ready, a silent threat. The silence was electric, broken by the commander's sigh. "We yield," he said. Zora's lips twitched, pride swelling for Earth. She and Elena exchanged a glance, their bond unspoken. The war was won, but the galaxy awaited. They stepped forward, ready to carve Earth's place among the stars. The shuttle's interior hummed softly, its dim lights casting long shadows. Zora stood beside General Elena Voss, her violet eyes steady, silver hair gleaming faintly. Her black uniform, scuffed from battle, bore the weight of her choice. Elena, in gray fatigues, her dark hair tied back, radiated quiet strength, her green eyes sharp. Across from them, the Solaris commander, his pale face etched with defeat, signed the alliance terms. Earth's orbit glittered outside, the Dawnbreaker and 6,500 allied ships holding vigil. The biovirus, Earth's trump card, had forced peace. Zora's voice cut through the silence. "Share the biovirus. We defend the galaxy together." Elena nodded, her tablet buzzing with updates. Earth's Global Council, newly formed, accepted Solaris envoys in Geneva. The biovirus, derived from Earth's extremophiles, was shared under strict protocols, ensuring mutual defense. Converted Solaris troops, 4,000 strong, integrated into human cities, their alien strength rebuilding war-torn streets. Plasma forges, gifted from Solaris ships, powered reconstruction, skyscrapers rising in months. Elena radioed her team. "Coordinate with their engineers. Speed is key." Her bunker, now a command hub, thrummed with purpose. Zora relinquished her command, her decision final. She stepped down as commander of the Third Fleet, choosing to stay on Earth as a liaison. The Solaris Empire, spanning 47 star systems, granted Earth protectorate status, recognizing its strategic might. Zora walked Earth's cities, her boots crunching on rubble. In New York, hybrid soldiers taught humans to wield gravitic tools, lifting debris with ease. Zora's heart stirred. The Empire had taught her conquest. Earth taught her alliance. She met Elena in a rebuilt plaza, their eyes locking. "This is home now," Zora said. Elena oversaw reconstruction, her gray fatigues swapped for a sleek jacket. Her green eyes scanned blueprints, directing Solaris tech to restore power grids. Cities glowed again, their scars fading. She and Zora worked side by side, their bond deepening. Over coffee in a makeshift cafe, Elena smiled faintly. "You're not what I expected, Commander." Zora's lips twitched. "Nor you, General." Their laughter, brief and warm, cut through the hum of rebuilding. Earth's people, 8 billion strong, united under the Council, their spirit unbroken. Humanity's ambition soared. Engineers, guided by converted Solaris troops, built 50 prototype starships within a year. Sleek hulls armed with ion cannons and biovirus payloads launched from desert bases. Zora trained their crews, her tactical mind shaping Earth's fledgling fleet. Elena coordinated from the ground, her tablet tracking launches. "We're not just surviving," she told Zora. "We're rising." The ships, named after fallen cities, cut through Earth's atmosphere, their engines roaring. The galaxy awaited, and Earth was ready. Zora walked on a Siberian plain, snow dusting her boots. The facility that birthed Project Helix stood quiet, its bioreactors dormant. She paused, the silence heavy. Her journey from conqueror to ally had reshaped her. The Empire's doctrine, once her guide, lay shattered. Earth's ingenuity, its biovirus, its ion cannons, its relentless spirit had won her respect. She knelt, touching the snow. Humanity's creativity and adaptability were unmatched, a beacon in the stars. Zora stood, her violet eyes bright. She'd fight for this world, no matter the cost. Elena joined her, her breath visible in the cold. "What's next, Zora?" she asked. The horizon glowed, Earth's cities reborn. Zora's voice was steady, her words carrying the story's heart. "We've allied, Elena. Humans turned enemies into allies, not with force, but with ingenuity. Your biovirus, your defiance, it's a spark the galaxy needs. We face a greater threat out there, but Earth's ready. Creativity, adaptability, unity, that's your strength. It's why I stayed." Her words hung, a promise of hope, a call to the stars. The silence stretched, Earth's future unfolding. Zora and Elena turned, walking toward a rebuilt city. Starships streaked overhead, their hulls glinting. The Solaris Empire, once a foe, now guarded Earth's orbit. Hybrid soldiers and humans worked as one, their shared purpose unbreakable. The galaxy loomed, a vast unknown, but Earth stood tall. Its people scarred but unbowed, prepared for an interstellar war. Zora's hand brushed Elena's, a fleeting connection. They stepped forward, the weight of their alliance lifting, ready to face whatever came next.